Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Good Wednesday evening, race fans. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and live coverage of the Midwest Truck Series presented by Secure Lift Boat Restraint Systems, Legacy Texas Motor Speedway, the old configuration, the old pavement, the old high banks at both ends. Going back in time for some truck racing tonight. 34 drivers have checked in to be here. Should be a heck of a time. Top 5 in points will be headed to the back. We'll check out who that is real quickly for you. Oh, we got to click on the right one. We clicked on the wrong one. We're silly. Yeah, we got to go to the new one. This is the new one. Adam Vinny, Garrett Boyd, Justin Durand, Derek Bacorn, and Austin Demore. Currently, your top 5. So those 5 drivers will head to the back. Round number 4 is still early in the season, and that top 5 liable to change as we move along throughout the season. Drivers only get 2 sets of tires. They should be able to make it with 1 stop on fuel. But the tires are going to be important. was looking because I saw that paint on that 24 car. I can't get any closer, but yeah. I saw that paint right there on that 24 car. Old Corey Blevins in here making lap. Cody Smith is the quickest. The 33 truck in here. 29.991 for his lap time. Practice session is about to wind down. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Mr. King. Tiny Dancer. Hello, Ken Forster. I suppose Jennifer and Ken Forstner are both in here cheering for the 69 truck tonight. We've been making fun of him all day. Just, he's an easy target. We can't help it. Picking on him. I know he's got some friends in town, at the house actually, that are watching him here this evening. And I do want to shout out to Aaron, Mary Lee. Hi. I'm sure you guys are checking it out. Tonight's your night. Drivers headed out for qualifying. Let's watch your defending series champion get up to speed at least. Brock Bigelow in the 27. Sits sixth in the points. Had a rough start to the season. Kind of put him behind on points, but the season has gone on. He has started to improve a little bit. A lot of drivers already out here. Bigelow just now getting onto the clock. Here comes Austin D'Amore. Had a rough week this week. He's had to plow snow for 2 or 3 straight days. So I think he's a little wore out. New driver, but you're used to seeing him on Tuesdays over with the DSRL bunch. Victor Pfluger in the 10 truck in here tonight. His debut in the series. I am looking. There he is. There's a multi-time series champion, Adam Vinny, the 64 truck. Easy to spot that purple and yellow truck. Looks like he's an LSU fan. And I know I saw the 24 floating around somewhere. Where'd he go in my list? Oh, he's here. I'm just not sure where. Jacob Watson right now, 30.09. Lap 1. He's about to complete lap 2. Bigelow moves to the top at 30.04. Does he get to keep it very long because Watson goes across the line? And he does not change. Pearson up to 4th. Pfluger is 6th. Where's Adam Vinny now? Adam Vinny. 17th quick on lap 1. Now working lap 2, and he's hugging that white line. Up the backstretch. Bigelow still quickest. Smith second quick now at a 30.06. Can Vinny move himself to the top of the points or to the top of the qualifying board? Cross the line. He'll move to 9th quick. Reed Rundle jumps to 6th quick. The end of his second lap. 69 of Forstner just finishing up. He's 21st. D'Amore 24th. Here's Brian McAvoy on his second lap. He's 29th after lap 1. Justin Durant 30.043 to a 30.044 for Bigelow, and McAvoy moves to 7th. Here's your quickest driver in the pre-race practice session. Cody Smith in this 33 truck. Just now finishing lap 1. He'll bank it all on lap number 2. He's 28th quick on lap 1. Getting some heat in the tires, getting some fuel burned off. Trying to lighten the truck. Garrett Boyd qualified in. Well, I don't know. I don't see him in the list. He may not have made the race tonight. Second lap for Smith at the line. He moves to P1 30.03. So he waited till the end, and he goes the fastest. I do not see Garrett Boyd in the driver list tonight. Brandon Mackey and Derek Bakhorn did not take time. They got to go to the back, or at least one of them does. I don't know if Mackey does. I don't know why he didn't take time. Shows that he ran the laps. He must have tapped the fence. So let's find out who's going to be in our Dash for Cash. Who qualified P12? Kevin Spaulding. Is in the Dash for Cash, as is Kyle Gomez. In 28th, Brian McAvoy. In the 9th position, our 4th qualifier, Brock Bigelow. Bigelow won it last week. He won the Dash for Cash. And your 25th qualifier, Mike Forstner. Forstner is in the Dash for Cash. So whoever finishes the highest of those 5 drivers picks up a little cash-ola as we get ready for the race. Oh, yeah. I'm being reminded to put the link up. Yeah. So we will do the link as we do our lineup. Cody Smith and Harley Barletta. The 33 and 81 on our front row tonight to get things started. Then Justin Durand, he'll be going to the back. Brock Bigelow gets to stay where he's at, the 30. Out of P3 to the back, 27 of Bigelow outside that second row. Greg Smith, the 60, and Jacob Watson, the 31. They are in row number 3. Everything wants to make me click multiple times to do anything tonight, and it's very frustrating, I have to say. Corey Blevins, the 24. Chris Gaxel, the 707. They make up row 4. Row 5 is the 79 of McAvoy. And Reed Rundle in the 43. Stephen Pearson, row 6 inside. Next to his teammate, Kevin Spaulding. So the brothers rush in row number 6. Row 7, Victor Fluger, the 10. Adam Vinny, the 64. Vinny will be moving to the back in that top 5 in points as well. Coy Callis, the 2. Jonathan Scott, the 51. They make up row 8. Your 9th row is the 204, Ryan Campbell. And Dana Ryan in the 1. Todd Cleek, the 45. And Mike Hardy, the 9 in row 10. Row 11 is Travis Scheid, the 6. And the 71 of Ethan Lowe is his partner in that row. Frank Chavez in the 23, Russell Harold in the 19. They make up our 12th row tonight. Mike Forstner, the 69, row 13 inside. Not a good qualifying effort, but we've said it 100 times. He's not known for his qualifying. And Brad Ebel in the 56 shares that row with Forstner. The 7 of Demore, 27th in qualifying. Back in row 14, he's got the 55 of Kyle Gomez in that row with him. Travis Downing, the 18. Michael Everett in the 8 in the 15th row. Todd Keir, row 16 to the inside in the 88 truck. Next to Don Jordan in the 28. And your final row, Derek Bakhorn, the 47. Brandon Mackey, the 99. So we'll get our drivers shifted to the back. Good evening, Mr. Bill. And we are going to get ready for 100 laps at the legacy version of Texas Motor Speedway. The old configuration. High banks at both ends. This old pavement. Slippery. Not a lot of grip. Guys will be fighting for everything they get the entire way, but the pace car out of the way. We're into the start zone, and the green flag is in the air. Be side by side all the way down here and through turns 1 and 2. Getting up to speed. It'll be 2 strings. Pulling around. Smith is going to grab the point solo. Loose truck. I think that was Greg Smith. In the 60, he got out of shape, and he falls 2-3 spots as Blevins goes by. Watson goes by. Bigelow goes by. And now Gaxel's trying to take the outside and clear the 60, and it just isn't quite working yet. This track has a lot of bumps. You saw the 707 hit that big bump in turn 1 and shoot up the racetrack. The bump's big. Oh, car's out of shape back at the back right there. That's Travis Downing. He's going to gather it up getting into turn 3, but he fell from about 18th spot back to about 33rd real quick. Let's go back here and have a look. Some of our guys coming from the back. There's Adam Vinny, Brandon Mackey, Justin Durand right in front of that, and Michael Everett is having a time in that 8 truck right now. That thing got out of shape in turn 3, and he's just now getting it back in shape, headed up the backstretch for turn 3 again. Harley Barletta now going to go to the point. Stretching the legs on the 81 truck. Gets out in front of Cody Smith. Bigelow still third. Blevins is fourth, and Watson is fifth. And Gaxel is tucked in right there. Greg Smith fell back to seventh and now is settled in between trucks, and he's doing a little bit of evaluation to make sure everything is okay with the 60. Reed Rundle behind Brian McAvoy runs ninth, and then Jonathan Scott in that 51. He's got a handful of Dana Ryan right now. Ryan goes around the high side to take a spot away. Dana Ryan, the first truck to venture off the bottom of the racetrack in the corners. And he's using the middle, and he's kind of staying there above that seam for the most part. It looks like the one truck is settling in and doing a little bit of early race evaluation of the racetrack. He is holding his own up here on the high side. Trying to creep in on the back bumper of Father Time, Reed Rundle. We've gotten pretty well singled filed out. We're back here in a group. This is from about 14th on back. And these guys working two lines. That's Pfluger working the very high side there. We're watching Todd Kleek. Oh, big time mistake here. Caution coming out. Man, we were watching Kleek. And I got to rewind this a little because it didn't give me. He just got a little tight right here. Got a little loose and then got up in the fence, and Austin Demore was coming by. That's Coy Callis. That was Mike Hardy got a little piece of that. The 45 truck just bobbled a little bit, got a little loose at the exit of turn 4, and those dogleg walls on the front stretch closed quickly. And we'll catch our first caution from that. You can see the 45 trying to limp 2 pits. As the field behind the pace car now. Lap 8. We catch our first caution. That'll give us a chance to catch our breath. We'll see if anybody goes into pit road here. See, Jacob Watson is way up high up there, just kind of staying out of the way of everybody. I want to see if any of these guys actually go in this early, and they are not. So let's grab a driver. Jacob Watson, Roger Wagner, DSSN booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Watching you guys at first 7-8 laps. This is an old track with an old racing surface. It's pretty bumpy out there if you don't get in the bottom lane. I've seen some trucks try to move up a little bit. What is it feeling like out there, and what's kind of your plan here? Are you going to move up any, or are you just going to try to keep it locked in on the white line?
I honestly have no idea. It's it is super loose when you're behind someone. Like the truck just wants to kick out on you. When you have clean air, you're perfect. I mean, very easy track. But once you're in dirty air, man, it is a handful. I'm trying my best just to survive. I am trying to. I do think I'm going to try to clean that top off because it can come in handy late in the run. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to try to survive and salvage a finish out of this.
Well, too early to tell us how you think this thing is going to go for sure, but we appreciate the info you've given us so far. I'm sure the fans like to know what the drivers are feeling out there on the track. So good luck to you the rest of the way, buddy. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the end of this thing.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and hopefully it's a good one for y'all.
It's Jacob Watson. Now sitting P5. But you heard him say he was going to try to clean the top off. See what happens. We're already doubling them up. Getting them ready to go back. Todd Cleek retires after just 8 laps. And he kind of had clean air up on the top, and the truck kind of bobbled with him anyway, so. But it'll be Barletta and Smith on the front row, Bigelow and Blevins in row 2, then Watson and Gaxel, Smith and McAvoy, Rundle and Ryan will complete the top 10 as we get ready to restart on lap number 11 of 100. Oh, trying to look back and see where some of our guys from the back are right now. Vinny is still the back. Bakhorn is still back there. Boyd not here tonight, so I'm going to take his provisional, I think, tonight. But we restart. Beginning of lap number 12, and Barletta got a good launch. Bigelow timed it up pretty good with him, and he is going to get a run into the second spot. Blevins trying to work his way between trucks and make it 3 wide. 33 truck. Looks like he got a little bit looser. He got a tiny tap off the nose of the 24, and he got in the fence up the backstretch. That looked pretty significant. We'll see how much damage he's got here in just a moment. Fluger up to the high side, trying to go around Gaxel. And he'll get the job done. So Victor Fluger up to 9th. Gaxel's back to 10th. Smith settles in 13th. He restarted second. He's 13th now. I'm looking at the right side of the truck. Doesn't look like a lot of damage. Maybe a little bit flatter on the corner panel than it was before, but it doesn't look like it's wrinkled and bent. Just a little squared off. He settles in behind Jonathan Scott in 11th, and now he'll evaluate what that truck is going to be able to do and see if he can work his way back to the front. Ryan Camp of the 204 right behind him, and there's Mike Forstner. Forstner already up 11 spots. Started 25th. He's 14th at the moment. Todd Keir in the 88 is up 16 spots, and Brandon Mackey in the 99, 18 spots up to 16th right now. Justin Durand had to go to the back for being in the top 5 in points. He and Adam Vinny both. And they are right here. 19th and 20th right now. They're trying to work by a couple of guys that are really fighting hard side by side and dancing all over the place. As the lane will open and Vinny will go by. Durand falls in behind. He's going to try to get up here and get by the 55 as well. Not quite there to get the job done. So move him to 19th. Let's go check on the 23rd place truck. That's the 25 of Kevin Spaulding, and he's right next to Ethan Lowe in the 71. Stephen Pearson behind that, then Downing in the 18, Ebel in the 26. We'll go way back here, involved in that very early crash. It looks like he is a little off the pace, and I'm not sure why, because I don't see damage on the 7 truck currently. Oh, yeah, right rear corner. Caved in a little bit, and that truck is not going to handle well, and Austin DeMore is not going to have a lot of fun tonight. He is bent. His spoiler is bent. It's taken a lot of downforce off the right rear corner of that truck. That truck's already loose. Barletta, Bigelow. Now Watson is third. Blevins has fallen back a little, and he's under fire from the 60 of Gregory Smith. Reed Rundle tucked right behind these two. That's your 6th place truck, Rundle. Dana Ryan still moving forward. He's 11 spots improved from the start. Running in 7th right now. Fluger, McAvoy, Forster cracks into the top 10 as he goes around Gaxel. The door is open. Here comes Adam Vinny. They'll battle for the 10th position. They're trying to reel in McAvoy up here. See if they can stay both inside the top 10. Cody Smith slowly falling backwards. He is back to 15th. So I think there is some damage on the 33. I think it's affecting how that truck is driving. And slowly he's taking steps backwards here. He's going to have Camba and Gomez. And Durand is right there as well. Durand in 18th. Then Keir and Scheid still inside the top 20. Frank Chavez, Spaulding, Pearson, Lowe, Ebel's 25th in the 56 truck. Downing, Harold, Bacorn way at the back, 28th right now in that 47. Michael Everett, 29th. Coy Callis in 30th. He was part of that incident, and the 2 truck just is off the pace, very loose. Looks like he is wrestling more than he's driving. Don Jordan behind him, and then Mike Hardy is quite a ways back. Hardy's going into turn 1. Your leaders, well, they're coming through turns 3 and 4. And now Jacob Watson is starting to close the gap up on our leader, Barletta. Got around Bigelow after he got around Blevins. And now he's trying to run down the man at the point, the 81. It's always funny to me to go in person. I've been to Texas Motor Speedway for NASCAR races, truck races, Xfinity, whatever, numerous times. How fast they're actually going versus how fast it looks like they're going on TV. Because they don't look like they're going very fast at all right here. But they go around this place pretty quick. 30 seconds to go a mile and a half. That's getting it. Let's get in here in the middle of this and look. Reed Arundel is in a hornet's nest now. Adam Vinny just went by. Dana Ryan just popped the fence. It starts a chain reaction. Truck's off the track. Victor Fluger got knocked off the track. Right front fender missing off the one truck altogether. And Ryan realizes he's got a problem. He is going to head for pit road. Not sure where the right front fender went. It might have went under Pfluger's truck, and he carried it off and into the infield there. But Pfluger goes by. Let's go check and see if we can see a lot of damage on that 10 truck. It doesn't look that bad, but if he bent the toe on that a little bit, that truck will drive terrible. Back to the front. Barletta's still out front. Watson got it down under half second, and it's kind of stalled out. Adam Vinny now up to the top 3. He has driven all the way from the back. And Vinny going to the high side. Now ducks inside on Watson. Vinny will take over the second position. Watson has moved to the high side as well. Brock Bigelow is under fire. Corey Blevins took a look in 3 and 4. Blevins had the high line, all that momentum, and he took the spot right back. Reed Rundle is up in the middle of the racetrack, and he's starting to come forward. Rundle with a little wiggle there in the middle of 3 and 4. Adam Vinny now going to the point. He gets around Barletta off the high side. And Vinny's got the 64 truck wound up. Right in the middle of turns 3 and 4, and he goes to the high side in turns 1 and 2. And all that momentum seems to be working. See, is starting to stretch it out. We're a third of the way through this thing now. Watson is still third. Bigelow is fourth. Blevins is fifth. Rundle trying to go to the high side there. Put himself in the top 5. So is Greg Smith. Brian McAvoy late in the run now. Pulls up into this battle. There's Mike Forster in the 69. Brandon Mackey now up from 24th. He's in the top 10. He's right behind these guys. Blevins on the bottom, Rundle on the top, and Blevins will get the best of that deal. They're trying to chase Brock Bigelow down. Bigelow was running the very top in turns 1 and 2, and he's through the middle in 3 and 4. Side-by-side racing inside the top 10. Reed Rundle is holding the outside. Forstner is alongside Greg Smith there. Justin Duran just made a pass to get into 11th. So slowly and surely he is working his way forward. Oh, Blevins out of shape. Oh, got it off the fence and he got careened by Mackey. This might be a caution waiting to happen. They're going to get him down on the apron and we are going to stay green, but Blevins' night probably over. That opened things up and put Durant 9th and Jonathan Scott 10th. Mackey rolls it back onto the racetrack up the backstretch, but I think that truck is really hurting off pace. Looks like the whole right side is caved in. He is going to bring it to the attention of the pit crew here. He is going to fall way back. Meanwhile, Adam Vinny is 2 seconds in front of everybody. "37 laps complete, 2.5 seconds from first to second. Barletta and Watson are nose to tail. Then it's Bigelow in fourth, McAvoy fifth. Forstner is up to sixth. Rundle, Greg Smith, Durand, and Scott still your top 10. So a handful more retirees. It's Cleek, Demore, Ryan, Hardy. I believe Mackey and Blevins probably out of this as well. We'll wait and see if they can make repairs and get back on track. Jacob Watson around Harley Barletta while we were watching the leader. And now Brock Bigelow trying to go up the inside and take third away as well. He's got a little push from the 79 here. Bigelow clears Barletta, and now it's up to McAvoy, and McAvoy's going to get it done coming out of 2, and he may be going after Bigelow as well. He got a great drive through the center of turns 1 and 2. Bigelow was being careful to clear Barletta before he moved up. I think he cost himself a little momentum. He takes second and then gives it right away on the same lap. So Vinny, Watson, McAvoy, your top 3. Bigelow, then Barletta. Forstner still 6th. And he has caught the bumper of the 81 of Barletta, and he may be looking at going by as well. Give the spot to Forstner. He's inside the top 5. Barletta the 6th, Smith 7th, Rundle, Durand, and Scott still rounding out the top 10. Justin Durand and Jonathan Scott just not closing on the leader. They're closing on some of the trucks in front of them as Durand will look to go to the inside of the 43 of Rundle. Durand up to 7th now. 6.5 seconds behind the leader. McAvoy. Watson went to pit road. We didn't even see him head for pit road. He's coming out now. He went a lap down while he was in the pits. He's 28th in the running order now, coming back out on fresh tires. There's Jersey. Welcome to the show, buddy. 3.6 seconds from first to second. It's not quite a second. Back to the third place trucker, Brock Bigelow, and then Mike Forstner up to fourth now. He's picked up 21 spots from his starting position at the back of the field, basically. So we creep in on pit stops here. There goes Greg Smith. He heads for pit road. Dropped out of 7th spot there to head for the pits. See how long it is before our leader peels it off. He'll probably try to go 50-50. Vinny. Give up about 4/10 the last couple of laps, but I think we're trying to get to 50 here. He may be coming in now. He's dropping to the bottom. Nope. Going to go by. He may be trying to get to 50, and he may be backing it up to ensure that he does get there. Because McAvoy now has closed it down. It's about to be under 3 seconds. Here comes Watson. It's 2.8 seconds now as Watson on the fresh skins. And he'll try to run down Vinny and unlap himself. Bigelow and Forstner are still 3 and 4. Duran is there now. He has reeled these guys in late in this run. Bigelow wide, brushes the fence out of 4. That'll open the door and put Forstner in the top 3. Durand follows him through, and Bigelow falls to 5th. Harley Barletta on pit road, so is Frank Chavez. Watson unlaps himself. And now McAvoy heads for pit road, so that'll put Forstner into P2. Just crossed under the halfway point. Waiting to see if Vinny dives it to pit road. Looks like not this lap either. Forstner and Durand stay out. So does Bigelow. Rundle and Kemba. Reed Rundle ducks off. He's going to go get tires. Rundle heads to the attention of his crew. Vinny's still out there. Durand getting around Forstner as he heads for pit road. So Forstner and Bigelow going to go take it to the... Oh, woo. Tire and fuel shop on pit road down here real quick. Thought we were going to see a collision right there. Good job by both drivers getting in and out. Bigelow into his pit. Now let's go see. Is Adam Vinny coming in? He is. He knows he can't stay out there long. Everybody else on fresher tires, he cannot. afford to give up that much time. So we'll watch the leader. We'll see where he comes back onto the racetrack. Left side tire is about to go on. Camba takes over the lead. A lot of drivers that have been on pit road a lot faster. Camba now pulls it down onto the apron. He'll head for pit road. Baycorn will go another lap. And then here comes Watson. Where is Vinny? Vinny already up to speed and back onto the racetrack down the backstretch. Watson has gotten by him, though. We'll watch Derek Baycorn, see if he goes to pit road this time in the 47. It's Gaxel and company closing in quick. Baycorn staying out. He's got 4.8 seconds on Jacob Watson. And then it's Don Jordan in the 28, Greg Smith, Brian McAvoy, Harley Barletta, and Adam Vinny. Cody Smith, Justin Durand, Brock Bigelow. That's your top 10, and Forstner is right there behind Bigelow in 11th. Durand goes around Smith to put himself into 8th spot. Watson is taking over the lead as Baycorn headed for pit road. One of the early pit stalls, so he's already in there getting tires. Truck dodging out of the way there. Who was that? I'm not sure who that was. Behind Watson there. I can't catch a number on that truck. .3 seconds. And it's Don Jordan in second. And McAvoy now is going to move around him. And a line of trucks. That's the 99 of Mackey back on track. And Mackey is a bunch of laps down. He's about 20 laps down. I'll call it 14. As Jordan falls to 4th. Barletta and Vinny are now about to be side by side. And here's our caution. Maybe we're not going to get a caution. That's interesting. I thought for sure we would get a caution. Thought for sure right here we get a caution because cars were coming. We did not get a caution. So we stay green. Watson in traffic. Keir and Blevins, he's in between them. And McAvoy. Second, 6.6 seconds back, but closing the gap very rapidly. Then it's Greg Smith and Adam Vinny up to 4th. Now Vinny is just about 10.5 seconds off the lead. Durand and Forstner went in together. Came out a little bit separate. Bigelow was kind of part of that group, and he stayed out an extra lap. So Durand is up to 5th. Bigelow and Forrester. They are just going at each other. Mike Forrester not giving an inch, neither is Brock Bigelow. Racing it side by side. I bet they're having a blast right now. Justin Durand kind of all by himself in the 30 truck. Had to go to the back as top 5 in points, but he is worked his way to the top 5. He's just about 11 and a half seconds off this leader, who's short pitted. I don't know if he can get 55 laps or 58 laps that he needs out of a run here, but I know we saw all the other guys get 53 and 54. McAvoy is closing in. Here comes Watson to pit road again with 35 laps remaining. Interesting strategy. Going to try to go as hard as he can on short runs with 2 sets of tires. McAvoy went by. Smith and Vinny are side by side, 3 wide with Michael Everett as they battle for second. And now Greg Smith will fall to 3rd. Justin Durand is still 4th, and Mike Forster is still 5th, with Brock Bigelow right behind him. Reed Rundle not too far behind them. He's about 2 seconds. Cody Smith 8th, Jonathan Scott 9th, and Stephen Pearson with a good run for the 83 truck up to the 10th spot right now. 18 seconds behind your leader. And that was down. And that's been downing the whole time that I couldn't tell what truck that was. It's the 18. Adam Vinny back to running the high side in the middle or all the way around the racetrack. And he makes time. He makes time on the straightaways, it looks like, on McAvoy. Let's see where Jacob Watson. Watson is right behind Vinny. So he needs to get by Vinny and the 2 trucks in front of that, which is Mackey and Downing. And then he's going to have to go run down McAvoy, and then he's going to make up a whole lap. In 30 laps, he needs to be a second per lap faster than the guys that he passes here on that short pit strategy, trying to keep fresh tires on the truck. And he's not far behind. He's right there on the same straightaway. And you can see him, middle of the screen. McAvoy has run down Don Jordan. Jordan stayed in the top 5 through the pit cycle for a little bit. Now has fallen back. He's a lap down. Finally made his way to pit road. And here comes Jacob Watson. Closing in. He's going to unlap himself easily here. And he has exactly 30 circuits to make up 32 seconds. (23rd) in the running order. So he has to be a second a lap faster. He can't get impeded by a car. He can't fall off his pace. McAvoy in command. 2.4 seconds over Adam Vinny, but he's about to be in lap traffic, and that can change everything. 30 laps to go. That was Russell Harold about to be lapped right here in the 19 truck. Harold runs in the 23rd spot. Well, Watson's got it under 29 seconds now. That's still a long ways. 2.3 seconds. Here's Adam Vinny. Then you go another 2.7 seconds to Justin Durand. Greg Smith is about 1.3 seconds behind Durand. And then Mike Forstner is about 8 seconds off your leader. But he runs in the top 5 tonight. Having a nice run here at Legacy Texas Motor Speedway. Started 25th. McAvoy's picking them up and putting them down. He is opening up gaps on Vinny every chance he gets. It was 2.3 2 laps ago. It's 2.5 now. McAvoy doesn't get into traffic. He's opening the gap. Watson after his pit now. 17th, about 23 seconds behind the leaders. Watching that strategy. Make it 26. I don't think that strategy is going to work out. It's just too much track to make up without a caution. Now, we almost had that caution. 2.55 seconds. And I'm going to go look. Durand has been faster than both of these trucks in front of him. Faster than Vinny, faster than McAvoy. I just think there's not enough time for him to make up all the ground that he's lost. You can see Adam Vinny just went off the screen. He's just coming out of turn 2. There's Durand about a half straightaway behind him. And McAvoy is about a half straightaway ahead of them. Little more. But the gap is 2.7, 2.8 seconds. Brock Bigelow, 6th place. Just over 10 seconds behind the leader. Then Reed Rundle is a little bit behind that. You can see him there on screen with Bigelow. He's 11.5 seconds. Jonathan Scott is 8th. Cody Smith 9th. And Ryan Camba 10th. Camba a full 20 seconds behind our leader. The gap widening. McAvoy opening it up. And I got to wonder, is Vinny trying to save a little fuel, run just a touch off the pace? To ensure that he can get there. And maybe McAvoy can't make it the distance. Because the gap is open and wide. And Justin Durand is starting to close down on Adam Vinny here. Vinny ran about 53 laps on the first go-around. I cannot imagine that he did not have enough fuel for the second run. Forstner still 4th. .7 seconds off the lead, trying to make that time up. He'd like to have a nice run at trying to get a podium finish here tonight. He is going to have to put a little more whip to the horse. McAvoy on cruise control. He's got a 3.6 seconds. 19 laps to go. Check on Jacob Watson. He is 12th and 21 seconds behind. So he's probably going to end up back inside the top 10. We're going to go just a little bit up in front of these guys. I was trying to see who that was. Right in front of. And that's Don. No, it's not Don Jordan. Who was it? Oh, that's Kevin Spaulding. Spaulding is 19th. T, Kier, and Callis are all right here. That's your leader. Right behind him, right there. There's McAvoy. 4.1 seconds in front. '17th, 18th, 19th, and your leader. And McAvoy going to the high side as Spaulding kept it down low. And now how will he get around the two in front? It's 4.1 seconds. 4.1 on Holding. It's 4.3 as Durand got around Vinny. That had to have just happened. McAvoy's in between trucks. He got around Callis. He goes to the inside on Kier. And it's 15 laps to go this time. Justin Durand has chopped it down already to 3.6 seconds. McAvoy can't get clear of the 88 truck. And now you'll have clean racetrack, and we'll see if Durand can run him down. And Adam Vinny still third. Forstner is still fourth. He's made up a half second on the leader. Smith, Bigelow, Arundel, Scott, and Watson is now ninth, and Ryan Camba 10th. So Watson cracks it inside the top 10. But he's 19 seconds behind with 14 laps to go, and I just don't think there's enough time. The tires are going to be worn out before he can get to these guys. Twelve laps remaining. 3.3 seconds. Durand got around Vinny, closed it down to about 3.3, and it has equalized, and he has not made up any ground since that time. Adam Vinny has fallen back a couple of seconds off of Durand, and he's just a couple of seconds ahead of Mike Forstner. There's Vinny going into 3, and Forstner is just about a half straightaway behind. As it's about to be 11 to go. The laps are ticking off pretty quickly here. It'll be 10 to the go this time by. Let's go check on Jacob Watson. Watson's still 19 seconds behind Made it inside the top 10. And now his lap time is starting to falter. Go look at Father Time. Reed Rundle, 7th place tonight right now. 10 laps to go. He's starting to close in on Bigelow. A little bit of a late race push right here from the 43 truck. We still have 15 trucks on the lead lap. McAvoy is cruising. Durand is on the same straightaway. About a half straightaway behind. And Vinny's about a half straightaway behind that. A truck on the move trying to get on the podium, the 69 truck. He's got it down to less than a second. Trying to reel in that 64 and get himself on the podium. And you can see they're right there together now. Nothing between them but air. The gap is about 0.5 of a second, just a tick over that. Seven to go. McAvoy still out front. Durand is second. I think both those trucks are going to make it on fuel. Pretty sure Adam Vinny can make it on fuel. 69 of Forstner should be able to. He went past halfway on his fuel run. There goes Mackey to the pit road. Vinny got a little free on the exit of 4 and had to go chase the truck down the hill. And now it's just a matter of truck lengths between he and Mike Forstner. This will battle for the final podium spot. Forstner is alongside, headed up the backstretch. And Forstner surges ahead into turn 3. Wave lap for your leader. 5 to go. The gap, 2.9 seconds. Durand in traffic. He has caught Callis and Spalding now. And here comes Michael Everett back onto the racetrack into turn 3. And that closes the inside lane out. Durand had to go through the middle. And now Durand clears the lap traffic exactly 3 seconds behind McAvoy. McAvoy is going to be coming to 3 to go. Now we're just trying to make sure he's got enough fuel. It's going to be close. It's going to be close for a lot of these guys. Bigelow getting around Vinny late in this one. Adam Vinny's really struggling. Reed Rundle's going to go by him as well. And there's a truck on fresh tires. That's the 33 of Cody Smith. Smith is 19th. But Reed Rundle now with the top 5. Brock Bigelow is inside. I don't know if he can get there or not, but 2 to go. McAvoy still 3.1 seconds ahead of second place Justin Durant and 11.5 seconds ahead of Mike Forstner. He's got to make one more circuit around the Texas Motor Speedway, but the white flag is in the air for Brian McAvoy. Durand across the line. Forstner's coming to the line, but Bigelow is closing quick. Is Forstner going to be able to hang on to a podium here? Bigelow, big run through the center. Brock Bigelow is going to take the podium spot away. He's getting a push from the 99 of his teammate, Brandon Mackey. McAvoy gets to the line. He wins at Texas. Durand comes home second. And Bigelow is going to hang on and just edge out the 69 of Forstner for the final podium spot. Forstner home in fourth and Rundle with a top 5. Scott, Watson, Vinny, Kamba, and Bakhorn. Your top 10, Victor Pfluger, 11th. Man, what a finish. The podium. That was the thing. Let's take a look. 11th place, Pfluger. Pearson in 12th. Chavez, 13th. Gaxa was 14th. 15th was Spalding. 16th, Callis. Greg Smith in 17th. Cody Smith, 18th. Travis Scheid, 19th. 20th, Todd Keir. Ethan Lowe, 21st. Kyle Gomez, 22nd. Brad Ebel, 23rd. Harold, 24th. Jordan, 25th. Downing, 26th. 27th was Everett. Demore, 28th. 29th to Mackey. Barletta, 30th. Blevins, 31st. Hardy, Ryan, and Cleek, 31 through 34. Got to change our graphic real quick. Whoops. Can't get that changed fast enough, can I? There we go. Now let's start grabbing our drivers and bringing them into the booth, and we'll talk to our third place finisher, Brock Bigelow. You snuck by the last lap or so right there. Just looks like a little bit fresher tires on the 27. Would you pit a couple of laps after the 69?
I am not sure. My gut tells me that maybe the 69 and the 64, for that matter, were having to pedal it because they didn't know if they had enough fuel. That was the call. When I saw, I'm doing the math in my head because it's what I do. I had enough to split it in half, and I'm like, well, if I can split it in half, I only have to stop once. That should get me some track position, but lucky it worked out. I think I had a couple laps to spare.
Well, an awesome job, man. It looks like this track was super slick. Trucks were kind of bouncing around a little. Dirty air was making them drive completely different than they did in clean air. Little loose here, little tight there. Looked like it was maybe a whole lot of fun or just a completely nerve-wracking experience.
It was a little bit of both, to be completely honest. Yeah, the track temp was around 125, which if you've ever had, a hot plate and put some butter on it and it just melts, that's what it does to tires, right? So it was hot, it was slick. The bottom seemed to be consistent throughout the whole race. I thought that it was going to move up to the top, and I was making the top work in the first run, but I did not do a very good job saving tire the whole night. I mean, I checked my tires after the pit stop, and I was probably a few laps away from losing a right front. So, and the air on these trucks, they are so aero dependent. Like, you get about 2/10, so maybe a half a truck to a truck behind somebody, you can pack air under the spoiler and they just get super loose. And if you push your wake in front of their nose, you lose the front. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. All those factors, slick track, aero battles, made it a lot of fun for sure. Like, as an enjoyer of stock car racing, I loved it. I thought it was super fun, and it just gives you a better appreciation for what these guys do every week in real life.
Well, an awesome job, man. A third place finish here tonight. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Ryobi Generators for building high-quality generators, because that is what I'm currently using to power this thing. Shout out to all the folks that are still, maybe you're watching my stream and you don't have power. Hoping everybody stays warm and safe. It's been rough here in Michigan the past week or so. I'd like to thank the Midwest Truck Series for always putting this on, and 32 trucks, however many it was awesome. Huge field, trucks everywhere. Felt so cool to have this many trucks out here. Secure Lift Boat Restraint Systems, the Dirt Racing Network. Can't wait to watch the broadcast as always. TCW Construction on my truck, DNF Racing, Dan Bundy Logging, my UP Home. Yeah, overall good night. We'll definitely take a third after all that.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the run. Go catch your breath, get something cold to drink, and celebrate with your teammates, buddy.
For sure. Have a great rest of your night, Roger.
Brock Bigelow finishing in third here tonight, and we'll move on and talk to the guy. Good pit strategy. He's going to come home second. He had to go to the back. I just think the tires equalized with the leader, and he ran out of go fast towards the end. Justin Durand, is that about the size of it?
Yeah, well, I was still running him down throughout the run. I just, unfortunately, had too much time to make up in too short of a time. Just like you said, kind of get killed moving to the back there. I was kind of patient with the 128-degree track temp, so I knew you were going to carve up your tires pretty quickly. Just fortunately got stuck behind a lot of slow people early on. Lost a lot of time checking up for almost wrecks, and didn't make the right call like the 64 initially did, pitting at lap 9. No one really guessed it would have gone green the entire way. If I knew that was going to happen, I would have pit easily and just skyrocketed past people. But yeah, had a lot of close calls. Almost people probably wrecked me. And then we'll take driving through the field for a P2.
Yeah, it looked like it was an interesting race for sure. The coming, the going, the hot track, the greasy slip sliding all around. And since these trucks are so dependent on clean air, being patient with trucks in front of you really is just mostly hurting you, because you're wearing your stuff a little more because you get tight in behind the truck and having to, kind of slow your pace a little bit. But in the end, you still come home second with a full field like this. How many times did you think, man, I just wish this was clean track?
Since lap 1. Right there. I think I would have had much better odds if I was starting up there versus in 34th or whatever, how far back it was. Like I said, a lot of close calls. It was fun driving through the field. I like hot tracks, like when we get high tire wear, so it makes it, like you said, for a lot of comers and goers, good strategies, and you can kind of see people who push early on, they just start falling all the way back. People that save, you can see them drive the field. That's always very fun to just drive around. I'm sure it's fun for you in the booth.
It's fun watching you guys, especially with the guys that are having to come from the back and maneuver through the traffic. Some of you guys do it very quickly, and some of you super patient. Either way, it looks like you all always kind of make it towards the front, and then we kind of get set for the battle. So it's always kind of fun watching you guys. But an awesome drive tonight, man. P2, that's going to help you in the points for sure. With Vinny finishing way back where he did, I think he finished 8th or 9th. So next week the points might be shook up a little bit more when you come back.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to him. I was battling from second for a good 10-15 to go, and I see he fell all the way back, so he must have just cooked his tires trying to get up to the 79, so worth a shot for him. Yeah, we'll see how next week goes at Richmond.
Well, awesome job, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and I will let you go and catch your breath for sure.
Like last week, shout out the whole field. One caution here for the high track tip, how easy it is to loop the truck around. That's actually very impressive with the big field, so shout out to everybody there. Also, shout out to the sponsors and the Secure Lift Boat Lift Restraint Systems for sponsoring the league, and then obviously you guys in the Dirt Racing Network. Hopefully it was a fun show tonight. All
right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the run. We'll see where you kind of set in the points next week and how things go at the really short but very fast Richmond Speedway.
All right, appreciate that. See you next week.
Justin Duran finishing second here tonight, and now get this guy up here. He took over the lead of the race after pit stops, never gave it back. Brian McAvoy, P1 tonight at a very slippery, very hot Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, absolutely. Highly technical race. Just hot and slick. I was just trying to save everything I could, and there was not much right front tire left when I pit on lap 50. It was all I could handle, and the last 10 laps was just really just hanging on and trying to get the truck down to the white line and just wrap the line. It was tough. Long night.
Well, having to come through some traffic there, and then you catch a bunch of lappers, and they're racing for position side by side. You're getting a little aero push. You're not getting clean track. You're having to change your rhythm a little bit. I mean, not only a little frustrating, but probably just a little bit discombobulating at that point.
Yeah, especially they're and they're in the top 20 racing, and they were more than gracious. They held their line, and I was able to get around them clean. But it was respect to those guys. They could have made it a lot harder than they did, but definitely was happy when I cleared the three of them and had a good stretch of clean track. I could just focus on hitting my line, and clean air was so helpful in just helping the truck turn. It made all the difference in the world that second run.
Well, an awesome job tonight, man. That's going to definitely help you in the points. Coming into next week, you're going to a short speedway because it races really fast, but it's really tight confines. It's a complete different animal from coming from this big, giant, wide open speedway.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't really use much brake, if any at all, and there'll be a lot of use of the left foot next week, which getting into the corner there, and Richmond traditionally is loose off the corners, so it's definitely going to be depending on how hot it is. Again, we could have our hands full again next week. So really looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting testing on Richmond and seeing what we can do there next week.
All right, man. Give me some shout outs before I let you go.
Absolutely. First and foremost, want to thank Midwest Truck Series, Secure a Lift, Boat Lift, and Restraint Systems, and the Dirt Racing Network for making this all possible and giving us a place to race on Wednesday nights. And then, as far as my team, I absolutely have to thank Franklin Motorsports, Team FMS. They've been with me all along, and no better kart shop in the country. So those looking to get involved in karting, they're the place to call. So got to thank them and for all their support.
All right, man. Congrats on the win, and I will look forward to seeing you at Richmond next week.
Absolutely. Thanks much.
Brian McAvoy picking up the win here tonight, Legacy, Texas. That was a fun race. Had the one caution earlier there around lap 7, lap 8. That made a little difference in the pit strategy for some guys. Some guys went in, some guys stayed out, and it really kind of shook things up, and it brought some guys a little closer to the front and let them stay there all night long. And it obviously, you saw Adam Vinny did it, and Mike Forstner and those guys, and they end up with good runs at the end because being smart and going at least topping off with fuel. So love it when the strategies play into it every time. And I say it every week that green flag pit stops can make or break your night. Tonight, it looked like everybody did a fantastic job on getting on and off pit road, and we didn't really see anybody sliding through boxes. We didn't see anybody speeding. So, great race overall, and McAvoy ends up picking up the win. That is going to do it for us this week. We will be back on Monday night with DSRL and their Fitz Automotive Truck Series. They go to New Hampshire. And then the Timber Creek Homes Stock Car Series heads for Chicagoland Speedway before we come back here next Wednesday night at Richmond with these guys. So take a break, go watch some old shows. Come back and see us on Monday. If you haven't already, like, share, and follow on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. Until we see you the next time, I want to thank you guys for being here. Without you, there's no reason to do this. Without the awesome leagues giving us great racing like we see each and every night, there is nothing for us to cover, so a high five and a pat on the back. Everybody involved with both sides of that deal. Peace and love to everybody. Till we see you again. Keep the rough side facing down for us. Come back as soon as you